There are so many reasons why we invest in property, whether that's for cash flow, whether it's for choices, whether it's for short-term gains, long-term financial independence, retirement. In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 of the major reasons why I've chose property as an asset class to set myself and my family up for the future.
Cool, bro. So one of the reasons that you and I both love investing in property is that end result of financial freedom. So I'd be stoked to hear what that means to you.
Man, I wish I was there, but I'm still working towards it, 12 years into it now. But what financial freedom means to me is the ability to make better quality choices. Now, that could be to spend more time with my family, with my friends, to do work that's meaningful, or to not work, like to use these skills to just serve non-for-profits in the future is something that I personally want to do. I love the idea of dropping my kids at school, taking a week off during the school holidays, taking big breaks off over Chrissy, traveling, training, surfing, like spending time with my mates. So financial freedom is less about the money and more about the result of what an income coming in, whether I wake up or go to sleep, means to me. But what about you, man? Like, what is it that you and Nikki are sort of working towards with that?
Yeah, very, very similar, man. I heard somewhere along the line, I can't remember where it was, essentially, just as a summary, it's just being able to do what you want, when you want, where you want, with whoever you want, and kind of no one can tell you otherwise. So for me, it's very similar values to what you have as well, but that's just a kind of little summary of how to think about that maybe.
Cool, bro. So the second reason for investing in property for me is leverage. I love the fact that I can go to the bank and I can give them $1 or $2 and they'll give me $9 or $8 back out. So what does leverage mean for you?
Man, I'm on the same page. I love it as well. Essentially, you're getting growth and potentially cash flow on other people's money. So who am I to argue with that? Bro, the third thing I love about property is the fact that on average, 70% of people who own homes are in fact not investors. So for me, that's just extra added element of security that I really love that I don't know any other asset class provides.
Like looking at the history, we know that property, stocks, crypto is a bumpy ride, right? Like what looks like buying a stock or a property and then in 15 years time doubling your money is actually a journey like that. I love that about property too. The fact that 70% of my audience or my market isn't thinking the same way that I am, and they are thinking emotionally, they're thinking about their own home, they're spending too much money on knockdown rebuilds and renovations in good quality suburbs, and because of that, I can benefit off the back of that emotion in the market. It also reduces the volatility for me because it is harder to transact on a property short term. If every property in Australia came for sale next year, then there would be no market for that resale. And I like that versus a stock, for example, that if the price is right, there's always going to be a market to rebuy.
All right, bro. Reasons number 4 and 5 of why we love investing in property kind of work hand in hand, and that is capital growth and cash flow. So I'd love to get your thoughts on where you stand on both of those.
The fourth thing that I like about property is capital growth, man, especially on leveraged money. So what I love is that if I go buy 1 or 2 properties worth $1 million today and I hold that property for the next 15 years and it grows by 4.8% a year, I can take my $1 million and turn it into $2 million. Now, if I've only had to spend 100 or 200K to actually pay the bank to go and get access to that $1 million using leverage, then effectively my 100 or 200K over 15 years has returned $1 million, which is phenomenal. Like what if you got $2 million worth of property or $3 million? Like you can really, really change your future and your children's future by working this stuff right. The last one that I'm a huge fan of is cash flow. Now, equity, capital growth is beautiful, but it's very difficult to eat paper value. So cash flow is everything to me. And when I link it back to the first one, financial freedom, what we're really talking about there is 50, 100, 200 grand a year worth of rental income coming in from the properties you own outright, whether you're awake or asleep. So there you have it, guys. 5 of the different ideas that we have. Now, some of the other great things about property that didn't get a mention in this video is the fact that you can get your time back, that you can get financially free really, really quickly if you've got the right strategy over a period of 15, 20 years, which is a hell of a lot better than working for 50 years for me. It means that in retirement, you can have choices in your life. I remember my grandma in Sydney bought literally one property on the northern beaches. That was all she did in her lifetime. The retirement that she had and enjoyed from selling that property was so much better than my other grandma, who unfortunately could never do it. On top of that, I love the fact that you can add value to it, that you can touch it, that you can feel it. Property is such an exciting asset class and definitely worth learning more about. For those of you interested in that, we produce regular videos. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up or a follow regardless of where you are. We also have the Pumped on Property Show podcast over there on Apple and Spotify. Check it out. But thanks so much for today, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Woo! That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Getting
Have a
cool,
spin.
bro. Yeah. Oh, sweaty. So sweaty. Oh, that's good. That's so nice, eh? Oh.